Greetings, pals, friends, tamers. They have a thing, tamers. Welcome to Palworld. Have you heard of this? Are you into Pokemon at all? Because the people who made this game are, or were, because Nintendo promptly sued them. Anyway, this game, like many games I'm playing right now, is still in early access, but this game is full of stuff to do already, and I love a good Pokemon clone. Like, I've always wanted to make a good Pokemon clone, so for me, when I heard this game was actually pretty good, it was like, oh my god, thank goodness, finally. Because they didn't, they didn't just, make a stupid 2D RPG with a bunch of crazy collectible creatures in it. They made a whole 3D world with a bunch of stuff to do and blah, blah, blah. Anyway, I haven't been able to play it because I've been broke, Life is hard. Been a while since someone who didn't stink of pals washed up here. This island's a living hell. The people I came with aren't with us any longer. Those damn pals ate every one of them. You be careful out there. Yeah, take some basic supplies. You'll need to toughen up if you want to survive out there. Alright, now what'd they give me? Some wood. F is the collect button. Now the thing is, I've been playing this. I haven't played it far. If you're a friend of mine on Steam, if you looked at my Steam, I got a couple hours under my belt. I've been playing this on the Steam Deck. And frankly, I like it better. I like the way it controls better on the Steam Deck. You get the shoulder buttons instead of having a bunch of weird buttons on the keyboard, etc., etc. I'm a console gamer at heart. It's just, it's just who I am. But my computer is super powerful, right? My computer is way stronger than my Steam Deck, for starters, and more to the point, it's just like, it's going to be faster, it's going to be fast, so, what I'm doing here is I'm unlocking some, man, I'm in the way of this, too. There really is just not a good place for me to be for this game. Maybe do some side action over here. Maybe that, we'll see if what I end up blocking over there. There's a lot of UI in this game because it is, there's a lot to do. But point being, it controls really good on the Steam Deck. So if you got a Steam Deck and you like a Pokemon, clone, have at it. Anyway, I was eager to play it, and then I finally got my hands on it, and then I played it, and then I ran into the same situation that I had with No Man's Sky. If you've been watching / listening to my No Man's Sky playthrough, it's tough to play a game. Now, Cativa, which is just a fantastic, it's so good, is my current favorite of the pals. They are definitely, a commiserate number of pals with okay, that's not the right button to do that. How do you do that on it's probably B. There we go, because you just have a mouse. That's fine. Nope. I don't know how many pals there are. I'm assuming there's a lot, but I also don't think there's any chicanery with one-time pals or any of that. I mean, there's probably some hard ones to get, but I don't know necessarily if there's any that are you got to trade with somebody to get one, or you got to do this to get any crazy. I'm sure there's all just crazy boss fights, or maybe got something to do with the club is probably where we should start. Events or whatever, because I know that there's some seasonal based content. They're still updating it. It's in early access, so technically it's not done. But from what I've seen already of the amount of content in the game, you can already go pretty darn far in the game. What is going to be the eat button? Yep, there we go. Not hungry. Anyway, it being, another one type of these, a survival game, I guess is the technical term. It does not, right? It doesn't. It doesn't tell you what you got to do. It doesn't tell you how to do it very well. Once you figure it out, it's oh, of course. But, until you got it, you're just kind of flopping around, flailing around, figuring stuff out. Anyway, as I mentioned, with No Man's Sky, I kind of kneecapped myself because I started playing it, and I immediately wanted to, this ain't so bad, because I haven't unlocked that ancient technology side. I don't know how to. So when we get to that, we get to that. And I'm going to explain some of this in better detail when the time comes, but for now I'm just kind of doing things because I got to do things. Point being, I made a crappy base. You know, the first time around I put my base in a crappy place, didn't understand how it was supposed to work, blah, blah, blah. F is going to be the button to do that. I prefer the deck so much better, but whatever. Life is what it is. What do I need? Okay, so I need some stones. But unlike a lot of these games, you know, like Sons of the Forest and a few other, you know, like it didn't take me long. Didn't take me long to figure out, okay, this is what I should be doing. Now, I ain't got nothing, so just punch it. Point being, so I have a game on my Steam Deck, my first save game, which is the one that I'm like real far in. And I was like, I don't want to ever be in the spot where, right, build a PAL box. Do not build a PAL box right out of the gate. Do not. You only get to do it one time for a very long time. And if you do it wrong and you want to fix it, you have to redo so much progress to just like get it back to where. So like, don't build a PAL box immediately. Is, you know, Sam's first mega pro tip. You can kind of go by the way I do it, but I've already kind of got a flow because the game, you know. Let's see, check the survival guide. I'm just doing the thing so it takes them off the screen. It's like options and then survival guide and then like tutorials are all in here. Everything is very, very, very helpful. You can definitely get like a understanding of the game just by reading the stuff. You know, it's not even hard. It just, in typical fashion, it's like, you were paying attention during our lead up, during our development cycle. Don't you understand how this stuff works? And it's like, no, man, I got no flipping clue. You burn about 2 hours finally figuring out how the crap actually works, and then it works. All right, so what is my sphere button? Q. And what is my cancel button? That? Okay. So, where this differs from Pokemon, number one, is that it's not an RPG, right? It's not a turn-based RPG where you get invites and blah, blah, blah. It's an overworld 3D type of game where you just like, Kaplamity. Right? The PALs are viewed as kind of a nuisance in this universe. And then, what is my summon button? E, there we go. Thanks, buddy. Although, maybe you should go back. Wham. Wham. That being said, you know, like it's... Oh, boy. That was the worst throw I've ever made in my life, so I guess I'm just beating you up. Number one, all the pals that you can just, like, find hanging out, like, you know, don't be worried about, like, wasting a couple, you know, beating a couple up. Because they're everywhere. These chickens, the Cativa, which is my current favorite, they're everywhere. So don't worry about, you know, murdering a couple in your path. You know, if you're like me, you might start to personalize some of them, might start to feel some things toward them. You start to feel a certain way about bludgeoning them to death. But listening to the way the plot talks about them, it's just like, okay, nobody really cares. That being said, you can do so much with the pals. You know, the reason I messed up is because I made a stupid base. I made a very stupid base. Because you basically, like, you staff the base with your pals. To that end, the pals, like, walk around, move around, do things. So this actually might not be a bad place for one. Maybe that's why they told you. The thing is, and the reason I'm gonna show it to you guys is this isn't big enough either. This is not big enough either. They also just kind of stay on the map, you know, like check out their eyeballs. You know, number one, you can keep like, you know, but look at he's got the cartoon eyeballs after he's been like dead. Anyway, they're just there for a good while. I don't know how long it takes the game to despawn them, but like, you know, if you go on like a real pal murdering spree, like the evidence of your work is it's right, it follows you. It does a little psychological there. Anyway. So, the cornerstone of the base is the PAL box, and I played some more. Yeah, you did. Paldium fragment and some stone, right? Now, the thing about the Paldium fragments no, not that, is that the base surrounds it. You know, the base actually, well, let's let's make one more change. But right. Again, the deck with analog sticks and things. I'm just like flying through it. Now I'm on a mouse and keyboard. I'm on a tray table. It's not great. Oh god. All right. So what do I need to make? I need some more stones. I just need a bunch more stones. Hey, chicken. Can you help with Operation Stone? Right. So not only do the pals. Nope, that's not a stone I can punch. Depending on what they can do, they just help you. You'll see when I get someone who's actually helpful. And the reason I like Kativa is because he's super helpful. You get one of them early on, like there's probably one like right over there that I can grab. I just need a pickaxe and thing because I've been doing it the right way for so long that doing it the dumb way is cramping my style. It's a survival game, so you can starve, so you can, just like, alright, so torch, right? I need more stone. I'm going to punch this rock some more. Right. They're also just like with you, which is something I've always wanted from Pokemon. Like you don't get enough exposure to the Pokemon. Scarlet and Violet did, I guess, a pretty good job of finally like exposing it. But if you played Scarlet and Violet, like they took such a performance hit trying to turn that game into an open world game that the whole time you're like, oh man, I wish I could turn some of this stuff off. That would make the game 100 times better. All right, so. And it factors into the crafting engine too, right? Like I got to make all this stuff myself, and I can get it myself. But once you start, pulling like trees are, I don't want to say easier, but like you can get wood. I guess not. I guess it's probably about the same stuff, but. The point is, when you mine these stones, you get those Paldium fragments, which are also necessary for making balls and the Pal box thing I was talking about and some other stuff. Alright, so now I got the stones, right? So now we gotta get some wood, and since I don't have a real axe, we're just gonna have to go punch the tree, just the classic Ark/Minecraft. If I had found a Kativa first, they help you gather resources. They mine. So you can, it just becomes a like your party is less about like, oh, which ones are cute and which ones have the abilities to, and which ones are like actually gonna make my life easier because I'm doing a ton of crafting or I'm getting a bunch of wood, and you can like switch back and forth between them pretty fast, so it's not a big deal. Where it gets a little bit complicated is once you have a base, you're leaving some of them behind to work on the base because that's how they gather resources for you. That's how they do this. That's how they do that. Alright, and I've only got the one sphere, and I just keep pressing that button. What do I need? Some wood? Let's make a couple more spheres, because we have some Paldiums, and see if we can't get ourselves a Kativa. Point being, I wanted to do it right, like I didn't want to have to kneecap myself both for the channel, like because then I have to play, like I have to kind of limit how I'm playing in my personal time, or, on the channel I have to play, maybe that's the wrong, it's like, I just like, me playing personally and me playing for the channel are two very different headspaces for me, and I very much did not like having to divide that in No Man's Sky. It's kind of the reason why I haven't been back to it. Like, yeah, maybe this is big enough. Maybe this is big enough. What does the surrounding area look like? Like there's a little bit of... Because that's not big enough, and down there is not big enough. That's where I built my base the first time. Now, that's nice over there. Yeah, let's avoid all of this and just do it over there. Let's see who's down there. Okay, we got some Kativas down there. And I got a club, so that's fine. And what's my throw button? My throw button is Q. Okay, now... what is your PAL command button for? Don't attack. Right. Because they'll just go into it. They'll just, like, beat it up, and, like, that's great, if you're trying to beat them up. But if you're trying to catch them, then they kill them very much before you... Guys, don't run. I don't have any speed yet. I'm so bad. Okay, I'm gonna find you. Wham! Alright, nope. Don't run! And the worst part about it is, like, once you engage with them, then they just start fighting back and it's fine. But, like, the initial process of engaging with one of the pals is often so obtuse. 2, 3, getting the ball. If you want to know some of the legal stuff, because of course I, pay attention to the legal stuff. All right, Kativa. So just to kind of show it to you, not that I need a bunch. You can, I don't know where he's at. He should be over here helping, but he might actually be over there doing something. Yeah, see, he's over there actually mining that. So good. I love that so much. One of my favorite features in Dragon Quest Builders is the fact that, you can just, like, get the people in town to help based on what you're doing. They don't just, like, mindlessly pick tasks. You can actually kind of assign them. Anyway, the goal of this game... I think there's a narrative, something about some towers, something about a thing. Obviously collecting all the pals, but you need to collect 12 of each type of pal to get an experience boost, right? So the goal becomes... is that mine? Yeah. Over there is where I built my base, and the problem is the base expands from beyond this pal stone thing, and I built it up against a mountain, so like a whole bunch of it's just unusable mountain. So my goal was to find... Oh, that's my Kativan. He just at it. Thank you. Appreciate. I wanted to make sure wherever I put it was just a big open space. Now I was curious if there was any difference in the map between loads. That's probably like the second boss, believe it or not. It's like level 30 something. There's a level 14 something or other around here that you can really screw with off the rip. But I'm also assuming you don't have to. If you just want to run through the world. I mean, I guess you have to build a PAL box eventually, because that's how you sub them in and out. But I assume if you don't want to indulge in the, like, the base building, yeah, like, this isn't bad. Like, it's awkward, and that's the thing. There's pals everywhere. There's pals everywhere. They're going to get in fights all the time. So maybe we should go down here. It's a little more flatter, and there's less of the hostile ones down there, or at least there are in my game. Like, I couldn't get a good scope of how big the base was because I was so stupid with it. Like, it was right up against the mountain, right? So, like, if I put it down here, yes. Ooh, but the Mamarest is right here. Like, this is the Mamarest town. And I do not want to get in a scuffle with the Mamarest because one of my pals just decides to go bonkers. So let's go down here. I think this is it, because there's a fast travel right over here. Don't worry, we're gonna do some stuff. This was the primary focus of starting a new game, was fixing this giant base kerfuffle that I made. Because it was upsetting me so much that I could not put my base, like that I had put my base in, because it just constantly be like, okay, build this, and I'd be like, oh, I can't. All I have is mountain. I don't have any flat land. I don't have any, and then the pals start updating you. They'd be like, the pals can't reach this. The pals are stressed out because they can't get to their beds, blah, blah, blah. So I was just like, okay, we're going to start a new game, and what we're going to do is we're going to start that one for the channel. Now, this is a safe enough space, I think, to get us away from the Mamarest, and we're losing a little bit of area on this side, but honestly, I like the beachfront territory. Maybe I'll just make my cabin up here on this little pier. Now, it's kind of redundancy because your base is a fast travel point, so in a sense, you're burning a fast travel point, putting on top of another, but thinking about the way the map works out, I don't think there's going to be a better place for me to maximize my space utilization. So this is just where we're going to do it. So the PAL box requires a bunch of stuff I have. Now, it does not. It does. It does. Okay, so you see that like blue glow on the outer rim? That's the edge of my base. So everything I build has to be within that. And like I said, my stupid self first, I put it up against the wall because it's like a flat thing. And the game was like, sweet, now you can't build nothing, idiot. Good work. So I'm thinking, since I can see it without going over there, right? Like it's over there, it's over there. That side's a little weak. And we're getting a little bit of mountain up there, but it's fine. How do we look? How are we looking on this side? That side's. It's fine. It's, you know, like it can't be perfect. I can't do it perfect. Let's just see what my options are, right? It's about that big. Oh God. Right, and it's you know, like you get cold. Yeah, there's this, you know, you do need pals for stuff. So we're just gonna try take 2 here, and we're gonna build it because we're freezing to death, and we have to advance the plot. All right, so right, once you got this thing built, this is when you get the full Pokemon interface. Blah blah blah. But I'm freezing to death, so... Oh, no, I already built a torch, didn't I? Cool. Now, having a torch is enough to ward it off, but the game very much wants you to build a primitive workbench, and now I understand, you know, like if you... See, that's what I'm saying, right? Like I put it up against the wall, and I couldn't put nothing against the wall, but... Now, all this area is my base, so I can make like a construction zone in one place, I can make a whatever in another zone. Yeah, I'm going to put my house kind of over here on the beach. So, let's build a construction zone over here against these walls, just so we don't lose it. Yep, and then we're going to finish building this. Bam, right, and then... always more balls. Always with the balls, right? Because we have 3 balls. Well, I gotta make some clothes. You gotta make some clothes so you don't get cold. Blah, blah, blah. But I think in order to do that, I need wool, and to do that, I need lamb dolls. So let's go punch some lamb dolls. Oh my god, I'm so cold. What's the wood situation? And we have just getting started. We're just getting started. Trust me, we're just getting started. In terms of like what we can and can't do in the fantastic world of pals. But in the interest of not wasting too much of y'all's time, I mean, I guess I am going to waste some of you guys' time. You can't avoid it, you know? Like, you're sitting here and watching me play this silly game. Okay. Got a lot of wood, and I don't know where Kativa is. He says he's working somewhere, but I don't know. It seems a visitor is coming towards the base. That's a fun thing to happen. What is that? Never seen that before. Okay. So, to kind of explain how it works, like this, take this Chicky Pea, right? Put Chicky Pea at the base, right? So now Chicky Pea is just like at the base, but the thing about Chicky Pea, I wish that was on tab. I'm going to have to work on that. Chicky Pea lays eggs, okay? But you got to have... Maybe I haven't learned it yet. You got oh god, don't burn. Every level, you know, unlocks new things for you to build, right? Alright, cloth outfit I need to learn. Shield is not that important to me. Like, it makes you. The spear was bad. The feed box is clutch. Can I not make that farm thing yet? Yeah, I guess not. Yeah, I guess not. Okay, well, we'll just have to wait before we do that. But we can get started on my house. My right, see? That's my pal just, like, sleeping. You can build them beds because they get stressed out if they don't have beds. So let's go ahead and make the Chicky Peak bed. There we go. I know, too big, too close. Right, that's what I'm saying. It's like it's too close to the thing, and I built it all on top of it. So y'all, I'm tired of listening to me complain about my other game. Yeah, we got about 5 minutes left, so let's make some progress. Let's make a house. Let's make a bed. Who cares how cold it is? Anyway, this game, I'm only going to play when I'm recording. So, you know, I'm going to make a ton of progress on my own. And then, you know, you guys, like, and then I'll just, like, translate that progress into, like, you know, entertainment. That fire one is cool. I like that fire one, but I'm not doing it right now. B. Foundation, working fountain, okay. And then why not? Why not? Why can I not build it? Why not? Oh, that is me being able to build it. Okay, okay. It just doesn't look like it. So if I just like alignment mode. Well, maybe what I need to do is do this and then hungry. Do I have anything eatable? Nope, don't let Kativa out. Tab, that's in a bad place. So this is the eat button. Feed you a couple. I think all you need to regenerate life is to just keep your food meter up. But I wanted to see, right, so now if I do this, they will actually stay stuck together. Sweet. And then there is a way to make it build and not change. Fantastic. And thank you very much for the extra pieces of wood. Now let's build some walls. Dos. Trace. 14. Alright, now we need a little bit more wood. Nope. So this button to switch weapons. I think we're gonna play a little more. I think we're gonna play. I don't know where this fits on the schedule day. On the schedule, because the schedule is still in shambles because of the transition of my PlayStation 5 to the other room. I still just don't have a good idea of what I'm gonna play when, because I haven't really been in the mood to record in the living room, and a lot of those games were in some premiere days during the week. But I am finally reaching the point, like emotionally and feelings-wise, where I want to play some video games again. So instead of just sitting here, like developing stuff all day long. So there we go. Bam. And then B to build the door, right? Yeah. And B to build the stairs, like, yeah. Nice. You can also free climb anything. They got that link free climb life going, so there's that. And then let's go ahead and put the roof. If this was No Man's Sky, I'd go 2 up, but honestly, I haven't figured out what my preferred lifestyle, like living area is going to be in this game, so still figuring out exactly how I want to handle it. Now, I need a crappy bed for myself, and I thought I unlocked it. I did. I need wool, so now I get to go myrtleize some pals, because the lamb doll is the one that's got wool, but as I said, the goal is to get 12 of them, because then you get a buff. You get an experience buff, and just like a Pokemon game, you got to be a certain strength / whatever level to keep the pals in line, like in your inventory. So now the interesting thing about you know what I could do? Yeah, it's kind of a long walk. I guess it doesn't matter. Is this gonna be the worst? No, it's not shallow at all. There we go. Ooh, let's go get some fire ones. Come here, Fox Sparks. I'm gonna hit you with my club. Ah! I'm so tired. Come here, Fox Sparks. Ah, Kativa. You fool. There we go. Get in the ball. I'll see you later, Foxbox. The paldium fragments are necessary to make the balls, so you kind of, you know, like should never really look those in the mouth. Also, sometimes you can just find balls in the wild. Bam, wham, 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 wham. Oh, that's too much. Chicky-pee. You good? Yay, Chicky-pee. Eggs. Eggs became my kind of predominant, you know, source of food. I should be saving these for my lamb doll, but I ain't seen no lamb dolls of y'all. No. Alright, anyway. Getting poultry, getting a lot of stuff, so it's fine. Yeah, I do not like mouse and keyboard in this. I have much of there's a lamb doll. Lamb doll! Wham! 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 Getting the ball. Cool. Alright, lamb doll is dope. Now, didn't mean to do that. Jump. The way the building engine works is that you can build pretty much anything anywhere as long as it's not like real base specific, but it will start to deteriorate like the second you're not around it. So it is to your advantage, obviously, to make sure you have the most efficient stuff at home, but if you're in the wild and you desperately need yourself some balls, then you definitely got to build one, and this feeds back into like making sure you got the right pals in your team, because they will be able to help you craft out in the wild. Like nobody's helping me right now because Kativa can't build, but there we go. Now, any more lamb doll? There's another lamb doll. Oh, lamb doll! Club, 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 club him. Oh, I'm so sorry. I hit you too many times, but I needed the wool anyway. See, it's kind of cute and funny, but it's also kind of horrible. So, you know, like while I'm having a good time, there are moments when I'm like, oh man, I'm really clubbing the heck out of these adorable monsters. These adorable little pocket monsters. Palladium fragment. Alright, so I got the thing to go back to the thing, and we're about at flibbity flobbity floop time. And I did it again. Getting the ball. 100% chance. I'll take it. Like I said, you know, the goal is to get 12 for your experience boost. You don't really have to get them beyond that, but they are also good to have because they do stuff around the base, you know, and the menu's full of, like, you know, details on what each one does and what they're good for. But like a Pokemon game, you know, like the lion's, you know, it's just running around clubbing Pokemon, man. I bet. Cremis, right, and then like a lot of them are super hostile, so you might need some help from your pals eventually, but did it work? Yay, Cremis! Alright, compared to Lamb Doll, right, got some wool, right, so I'm safe here right now, so I'm going to flibbity-flobbity floop you guys and then take a quick break, and then we will revisit, or at least we'll go on with some base building in Palworld. Shoutouts to you for watching. Flibbity-flobbity floop.